this place real? That depends. If real is what you can feel, smell, taste, and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain. Pikachu, I have in my hand 2 pills. You take the blue pill, and the story ends now. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the Diglett hole goes. But be warned, dive too deep, and you may never return.
With you,
the hanky panky. I see some of the comments. Yes, so it's the hanky panky with all this alleged steroid use and all of that stuff. But you're talking about steroids and people using substances in sports. Now, what about sports cards in general, like the hanky panky? We could go on for a long time.
That's true.
I got to go in about 10 minutes, but I know you're on Sports Card Radio last week as well as I was. So what do you think about all that has gone down with the backyard breaks? Have you looked into it further, or?
I didn't look into it much further. I would say it's a possibility that something shady is going on. I think the issue is, I guess Panini is trying to look to get bought out, right? I don't know how much you can necessarily do outside of like highlighting it, because I think people are still gonna break with backyard breaks. It may cause more people to try to break with backyard breaks, to be honest with you. Yeah, and I think the issue is probably more so flawless. I saw there are other cards involved, but I think that the issue is probably more so with hand-packed cards. And there could be some sort of manipulation. I wouldn't be surprised. There's just a lot of shadiness that goes on in general. And it's a lot of money involved. So I'll be surprised if it wasn't, because it's like kind of like in the best interest. So I don't know if it's Backyard Breaks doing something, Panini, or maybe Backyard Breaks knows a few people who work for Panini in a sense, and they can kind of, I guess, alter where certain things go. But I think bigger stories are probably going to come out about probably other stuff. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds good. I was maybe we could leave it off with this, because you did a video about Logoman cards and the NBA, and what was quite interesting, you found out that I think it was LeBron James has the most Logoman cards out there. And what's quite crazy, earlier this year, when that triple Logoman card, speaking of the Backyard Bros, they selected it. And that sold for over a few million, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And what's quite interesting is that there are less Michael Jordan Logomans, but everyone's chasing these modern Logoman cards. So I'm thinking, wait, is it all hype again? And then not only that, it's the makers, the Backyard Bros are selecting all these cards. I'm not saying that the price in these auctions. Hey, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, you froze up.
Yeah, I froze up. So what did you say? I missed it.
Oh, yeah, you kind of like cut off like mid-sentence, so I didn't get everything you were saying.
Oh, Oh, so what I said was that these cards sold for what, $1 million, right? This LeBron James card, right? On Golden, from my understanding. And there's way more LeBron cards out there compared to Jordan cards. So I'm just thinking, wait, either I'm missing something, or either there's, you know, I'm not saying the auctions are fake, or just people are mispricing these cards, because wouldn't it make sense to go after a Jordan logo
It
man
would.
card? But
It
yeah.
would. Yeah, and they're not really making more Jordan cards. So yeah, I would say we're still in the hype portion of the phase. I made a video, I don't know, it was probably about a month ago now, about like the greed and fear cycle or whatever. It's starting to come down, but I still think there's still more greed around. Yeah, I still think we got a ways to go. I would think the cycle lasts around 7 to 8 years. I think a lot of people really first got back into the hype around 2015, 2016. I think that's when it started. Similar to this is a rough estimate, but I think similar to 1986. And then the market kind of ended in 94. I mean, people still buying cars after, but things were definitely different. And you may see something similar. So I still think we still have a year or two. But I do think Logomans are really hyped, and for NFL, the shield cards. And expect other sports, whether it's soccer, maybe try to find something with UFC. Maybe they try. I don't know about F1. Obviously, that is really died down. I haven't heard anyone necessarily pumping F1 as of late. So I do think that's just another portion of the hype. I do think some of the cars look nice, but yeah, people are overpaying for Logomans. Trey Lance, people paying $100,000 for a Trey Lance card. Like, he might be out of the league in 3 years. So it's one of people are just gambling. Yeah, the Logoman I think is I think there'll still be some that are going to be very valuable. Probably a lot of LeBrons, Jordan stuff. It may not be underpriced. It may be fairly priced for Jordan stuff.
Okay. So I have to go right now, but before I do let you go, I think people should definitely check out your channel. Where can people find you out, or on YouTube?
You can find me on Instagram and TikTok. It's Infinite Investment Game. You can also find me on my YouTube channel, Infinite Investment Game, and I basically talk about all kinds of alternative investments. I mostly talk about sports cards, but I do get into Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm making some comic books videos, and I'm gonna have some videos on fine art coming soon. But yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, let's definitely talk more about UFC, since you seem to know a lot about it, next time around.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure. All right. Thanks, Chris, for coming on.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime. All right.
All right. See you.